Recording this meeting so that people can tune in after. So welcome to our July Appy Hours, also known as a happy hour. I am so excited that you're here. I am Sharon from our Atlassian Community team, aka Community team. We basically get to host a lot of awesome events like this one, just to have fun with our partners, our app vendors, our customers, and just have a great time together. So I'm super excited today because we have 4 amazing marketplace partners with us to present their product and project management apps. And to run through them, our guests today are Vincent from Mumo Systems presenting Checkout, Procurement and Asset Manager. And then we have Caroline French from Tempo Timesheets presenting Project Management with Tempo. We have Leo from Move Work Forward presenting Advanced Microsoft Teams Jira Connector. And then we have Ewa from SolDevelo presenting Worklogs, time tracking, and reports. So basically, here's how this will work. We'll have each of our guests demo their apps, and at the end of all 4 demos, which should take about a little over 5 minutes, we'll have a couple minutes for everyone to ask any questions that they might want to know about the apps or just clarifying questions before we vote on the best app demo for July. After that, we'll open it up for Q&A if you want to connect with any of these app vendors. And all of our presenters will get our special Appy Hours badge for presenting their demo, which lives on their community profile on the Atlassian Community. So unless anyone has any questions, we can go ahead and kick off with Vincent with Checkout, Procurement and Asset Manager. Great. Are you ready, Vincent?
As ready as I can be.
Sounds good.
Hi, everyone. All right, so I'm here to present Checkout, which is a full cycle asset procurement and asset management tool for Jira Service Desk. Now, to kick things off, to be able to use Checkout, you have to have Jira Service Management. And basically, once you set up a project in Jira Service Management, you can import your catalog of items that your organization users can procure from the organization. As you can see here, we have a full catalog that we've created. I can see all the items in the catalog, in addition to items that are in stock, or I can also browse through these. I can search for items. Let's say a MacBook Pro, we have one in stock. I'll add to cart. Then I
sorry, I'm not sharing your screen.
Oh, I am not sharing my screen. That would be useful, wouldn't it?
Yes, feel free to start over if you'd like, Vincent.
All right, can you
Perfect.
Can you screen?
That looks great.
All right, let's get started. So we have our Jira Service Desk project here that we've set up our catalog in. So you can browse your items. The items that you're browsing here have been curated, added to an items list. I can browse through them. I can add items to a cart. I'll go ahead and add a monitor or 2. I can double click on that and we'll add 2 more items. And then I can also add items that are not in catalog if the item has not been curated yet. I'll not add that yet. So as a organization user, I can click on checkout here. I've already pre-created a shipping address, which is typically an organization's headquarters or any other addresses that they may have. And then for payment, we have departments. So it may be a department or a cost center. I only set up one here, which is procurement. Now, as a user, I can enter summary details for this dev environment. And here we can set up any Jira field in the order details to be populated by users. I'm going to go ahead and place my order. So the order has been placed. it's gone to an agent, procurement agent, who will see the order in the back end. So click fulfill order. So as an agent, I receive this order. I can view if the order is, we have items in stock, where I can decide to use an item in stock instead of purchasing it from a vendor. So I'll say use in stock, and I'll select one of the items that is in stock, and then assign to that particular user, requested by, where's the assignee? Wait. So I'll just say myself, assign it. So we've completed that item. The other item is not in stock, so we'll submit a purchase order to a vendor. I can either email directly from Jira's service desk, or I can print the PDF so that management can sign off. I'll click submit purchase order, which will create a PDF. There you go, it's created a PDF, and then it creates a purchase order, which is another ticket that is sent to the vendor. So here's our purchase order. As you can see, it created a PDF purchase order. There you go. And also there is a web version of it that you can visualize here, right? Now, as a vendor, I am going to fulfill this. So a vendor will receive an email, they'll come in here, and then they'll fulfill it, and then create an invoice. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, done. And then I can upload my invoice. And then submit the invoice. Now this will create an additional ticket which can be sent to your accounting teams. Back. So view details. So as an agent, once it's been fulfilled, I can mark the item as received, which will add the item into our asset management. Monitor and display. I can say the status is in inventory. Another display. Oops. Select status in use, and I'm going to assign that to Vincent. Mark as received. And so now we have this as completed, and the item, this ticket is done. So all of the items procured have been completed, and now they're in our asset management. So I can go into the asset management, and I can see the items here. I have laptop accessories, laptops. I can browse through that. If somebody else needs a laptop, I can assign them one from right here. Edit unit details. Can find the person in Jira and assign this. Now we have automations in the background where I can decide, as soon as I assign this item to a person, it will create a new ticket for them, for IT or somebody else in another service desk, so that they can manage the items. We also have reports where you can create reports of all your assets or all your budgets history right from checkout. So here we go. I'll say create new report. Say order history report. I can see all my orders. I want to create a one by department. We only have procurement. Let's see, Saved by requester. The requester is Vincent. Then I can save that. And create. And now I have a report which I can generate for each department if I want to. And then I can also visualize it in charts like that. Amount spent, department, average cost, etc. We also have, as I said, in the background, we can create automations. Check out. So here's where you set up checkout. You have your addresses, your departments, vendors, all curated items are right here. And then you can also create automations, just like automation for Jira. And you can also use automation for Jira to automate some of the processes in here. So I can create a trigger and say when a request is created, new action or condition, I'll add a condition here. If compare order greater than $1,000, then we want it to be sent to somebody else. Create a Jira issue. So as you can see, you can create all sorts of automations. Approval, automation. All right. And that is checkout for you. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Vincent. Next up, we will have Chris from Tempo Timesheets presenting project management with Tempo. So whenever you're ready, Chris, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much. My name is Chris Chappelear. I'm a product marketing manager at Tempo, focusing on the Tempo solution suite. Now, Tempo currently has 3 cloud applications. There's Timesheets, which is our time tracking solution. There's Planner, which is our resource planning solution. And then there's Cost Tracker for Timesheets, which is our financial tracking solution that works well with timesheets to make sure that time that is being logged for certain projects will keep the project on budget and it will compare it to that budget. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to be talking about Timesheets, which is our time tracking solution. It's our signature solution. And here at Tempo, we know that there's a lot of challenges when it comes to implementing a time tracking solution at an organization. 2 of them being creating a culture of time tracking, and a second one being how do you take the information once you've implemented that time tracking solution and make it useful to people within the organization and even outside of the organization. So let's start with the first one. So how do you create a time tracking culture? Well, at Tempo, we realized that when it comes to time tracking, it can be frustrating for a lot of, especially the end user, because not only is this one more thing that they have to do every day, but it's one more tool that they have to use. And I actually talked to a customer this morning, and they said that, you know, what I've noticed that the more tools that you make your employees use, the more attrition you have. So to help address that challenge, what we've done at Tempo is to make this tool, make it easy, make it intuitive, and make it convenient. So how we do that? Well, right now we're looking at a screen. This is the My Work screen in Tempo Timesheets. So I'm an end user. I'm tracking my time. You're looking at a week worth of work right here. You'll notice that the boxes here that have the green check mark, these are work. This is work that's already been logged. And then the activities underneath the activities line are work that is yet to be logged. And say, and you'll notice that there is a little, the little Jira diamond here. This is work that's been assigned to me through Jira, through my manager, that I have to complete, and with an estimated time on it. and say I complete this item of work, all I have to do is click this check mark and it will log the time to that specific day. You'll notice there's other boxes that have the little G, the Google G there. This is due to our integration with Google Calendars. We also have the integration through Office 365 as well, where any meeting that's related to a certain Jira item will get populated in my work. So say that I've completed this meeting, I've already done the 30 minutes. Now I can log that meeting to my logged work, and now that's recorded and ready for approval from my manager. We have other ways that you can view this data that makes it even more intuitive. There's a calendar view. You were just looking at the list view, but now you'll see like where the work that I've been assigned, what the best time that my manager has assigned it to. So you see that I have my meetings up here, right here, and my Jira work that I'll be completing based on what Jira item I've been assigned to right there. We also, in addition to making this convenient, we also have a Tempo mobile app where workers say they forget to log a lot of their work at the end of the day. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm away from my computer, but hey, I can log my work through my mobile, and that way my manager can now approve it." So as I said, made it easy, made it intuitive, made it convenient for you to log work. So it's not a hassle to do that, and it makes it even just, could I say even fun to log your work. So now that you have your employees logging work, you've instituted this new time tracking solution. What do you do with the data? This is going to create, depending on the size of your organization, this create millions and millions of data points for work logs. And there's got to be a way in order to disseminate this data to make it useful for your organization. You can't manage what you can't measure, right? So one of the things that we've done is this reporting tab. And I'll click on that. And you'll see you have three options here. You have your log time report, your plan time report, and your plan versus actual. If you instituted planner within your organization, you'd have access to plan and plan versus actual. Since we're only looking at timesheets, we're only going to look at a log time report and a report that's been prepared for this demo. So here's a great way to slice and dice all the data when it comes to log time. Here's your date picker. You can change it through months, quarters, weeks, whatever you want to look at it. And then you can filter by certain projects, certain teams, roles, accounts, any way you want to make like a simple report to show somebody, to show someone internally, to show an executive, even to show a customer if you're dealing with accounts. And then you can also group this data. And right now I have a group by project, but say I want to take it one step further, I can group it by team. And you see you have the teams that have worked on certain projects, and then I can even go by user. And then you'll see that the log time by team, by user for each of these projects, each of the logged work that's been done. If you want to look a little bit more visual, you can show your charts here. This will show by month the hours that have been logged. And then another really valuable feature is being able to show billable hours. So right now you have 444 logged hours, but only 440 of them were billable. And this helps when you're invoicing your customers. And so now you have these great reports, and what do you do with them? I mean, you can't always just have your laptop to show in front of an executive. Well, here you have many exporting options. You can do an image of a chart. You can do a PDF, 2 Excel type reports for XLS and CSV, and you can even do a printable view. You click on that, and you can print this out or send it to whoever you need to. So that's at a very high level. That's what Tempo has done with timesheets. We've made it easy, intuitive, and convenient for our workers and users to log their work. And then once we have that information, we made it very easy to make it configurable and flexible in order for the results to be shared with either internal stakeholders or external. And if you have any questions, feel free to visit our website. There's our website at tempo.io or contact me at cchappelear@tempo.io. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris. Looks awesome. We will move right along. So our next presenter is Leo from Move Work Forward with Advanced Microsoft Teams Jira Connector. Take it away, Leo.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. So first I will start with a quick intro of one of our apps. It's Microsoft Teams Jira Connector. So the goal of this app is to simplify your workflows, help you find out about information which happened in Jira. So we provide different notifications, reports, allow you to receive less noise by providing you tons of options how to filter down, customize your messages, as well as direct your destinations. And on top of this, we provide two-way integration between Teams and Jira. So you can do multiple things directly from Teams without leaving the client. Another feature which we only have in data center version is we provide a lot of scheduled reports and alerts. For example, if you, connecting back to Tempo demo, if you forgot to log something or you want to know more and you want to have it in Teams, you can add scheduled reports and you will have them on when you requested them. And many other reports about progress, sprint report, people, and many other things. But today we will start with a demo of our simpler version, which is for cloud. It doesn't have all the scheduled reports, but it does provide a very light functionality. So let's jump into it. We have a demo project, which is pretty simple. So our first use case would be you want to find out when an important issue was created. For example, it could be a Jira software or Jira service desk issue. So you will create a rule in our tool. For example, in this case, we are doing projects, but it can be done on a global or personal level. Let's jump into projects first, because it's the rule exists already. So you authenticate into Microsoft Teams to see where it comes to, but the rule is when, for example, issue is created. There are many other events supported related to version sprints, issue links, and many other things. But in our case, we stop on issue link, and we also want to filter by labels. When issue marked with label important, only then we want to receive that notification in a channel which is in team.moveforward.com and called Jira demo feed. So let's create an important issue. An important demo issue, and we should not forget to put a label important. Otherwise, we won't get notified. So we created this issue, it came to backlog, and in Microsoft Teams, in our Jira demo feed, of course, you got this notification about this demo issue, but assume that you want to act on it. So we basically want to assign it to yourself and transition straight away. And for transitions, basically we use Jira data, so it accepts all your custom workflow configurations and everything, as well as custom fields, which we will demo a bit later. So let's start the task. It's done, and now it's basically jumped in progress, which is pretty cool. Next use case which I wanted to demo quickly is a support case. Many companies use Teams and Jira Service Desk, especially for internal support. So we'll have a rule which says if again a support issue is created, so then we want to have notification in our support feed. It was this support project, but we want to configure a bit our message. So we want to say, okay, what is the request type, who is the report event was created, and if it's set, we want to know time to first response and time to resolution. But most probably for this particular event, not all fields will be present, so some of them will be omitted. Let's create our first support request. In this case, let's get IT help. Please help me out. Again, it's a support request. We jump and the notification is here, and we can see our custom fields here. In this case, again, it's visible here. It's all unassigned, and I want to assign it to myself. And after some time, the case would be that I want to transition it as well. But because it's Jira Service Desk project, you need to put resolution. So let's say we want to resolve this issue, and resolution is basically done. And this issue disappears because it was done. So another quick use case, and it could be potentially for login time. For example, we use internally a log feed. At least I, as a manager of a few people, I kind of look if they log the time. So I created a rule which says if someone logs the time, send me those time-related details into my channel log feed. And in this case, let's quickly log the time, log work, 1 hour and remaining, let's say 2 hours. Progress. So here's an example of Worklog notification. Basically, you can see all the details provided in Jira here. Another interesting use case could be if, again, you have support feed, related everything to support, you can create a tab where you will see all issues from a particular filter. For example, in this case, those issues which are not resolved yet. So you can come to Microsoft Teams and basically straight away see them here. But okay, this is the only one issue which is currently opened, which we basically saw in Jira here. You can also create issues and edit them just from this tab, so you don't have to move anywhere. And another quick demo, which is pretty interesting, is assume that you created an issue. It could be a support issue, or it could be an internal software issue, and you want to discuss it with the team. So you want to create a channel for this. You can go to an issue view and create that issue discussion channel in Microsoft Teams directly from here. Again, you need to log in into your Microsoft account, but normally it's pretty smooth. So we pull the team, and then here's a suggested channel name. So we could create it and jump into the channel straight away. So it is here, and you. Sorry. So for example, you can invite some people here. And for example, afterwards, you can search the card. So in our case, it could be demo 5, I believe. So this is the issue, and you can basically work on this channel. And for example, when after some time, you come back to this issue after like a few hours or next day, you can always come back to this discussion channel because you have this Microsoft Teams action button, and it basically opens the Microsoft Teams straight away. And probably that's it from my side. So it's basically the main goal of the tools to streamline your workflows, help you do multiple things directly from Teams without jumping to Jira when you don't need to, for simple operations like transition comments and assign, as well as do multiple operations from the tabs and schedule things as well. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer afterwards, but we're here to help you. You can contact me at hello@moveworkforward.com. Thank you very much.
Great job, Leo. Thank you so much. Last but not least, we have Ewa from SolDevelo presenting Worklogs, time tracking, and reports. Go ahead, Ewa.
Hello, nice to meet you all. And let me share my screen. Okay, is everything visible? Great, so I'm good to go. So hi, I'm Ewa, and I am customer care specialist at SolDevelo. So we might have met over emails. I am taking care of any questions related to our apps. And today I will show you Worklogs time tracking and reports. In real quick explanation, our Worklogs creates reports to Jira time logs. So let me show you what I mean. Here I have a huge epic. I have no idea why it sank, but I know that I have logged a lot of hours into it, and I'm curious how many hours on each child task went and how many hours each of my team coworkers have spent on this task together. Perhaps I can learn some more data from it. So let's go to our Worklogs. And here is our app. I have already a saved report with all the filters set up. So I have selected my project, which I wanted to check. I have selected to categorize the time logs by users who has logged the time, by epics, and by the issues that were in this epic. And just in this table, I can now see clearly who have logged how many hours and when into specific child task, and altogether how long did they spend on this particular epic. We support every Jira issue field. So with our filters, you can create endless reports to time logs logged in Jira. So maybe let's switch to my team's work. It's another report I have created. And here in the table, I wanted to see how many time we spent on each issue type, and how much time did each user spend. All of our reports can be viewed as a table, pie chart. So, or a pie chart. So, you know, it speaks a little bit more than a regular table. I now can see that bugs are my main issue and my main work. So something has to be done here, or as a bar chart. All right, and we can share our reports by exporting it to CSV file. We can send it over an email or Slack. We can also download our charts in a pretty picture, so we can just add it to our presentation, or we can click here and copy directly a link to the same Worklogs report as we are viewing now. All right, and another thing about our filters. If we have a Scrum project, we can select to filter by our sprints. So if I select a sprint 1, my date range will automatically fit to this sprint, and my every filter will follow it. So I have only the Jira issues which are related to this particular sprint. I've mentioned that we are supporting every Jira issue field, which means that we also support custom fields. So if I have a customer field, I can also create a report when I will see the summary of the hours spent on this particular customer. And lastly, but not least, I will show you my favorite report, which is exactly just my work. I have all the issues on which I have worked during this specific period of time. Maybe let's focus only on this week. And if I notice that something is wrong here, I can always click on the table and log time where it is missing. So it's easier for me not only to create reports to Jira time logs, but also to keep a track on my daily task and just fill in the blanks where they happened. Regarding the sharing options, I would like to also mention that we also have a worklog gadget. So we can add our worklogs to dashboards and have them like in regular, like on our regular app page. We can also view them on the dashboard and add our cool charts or table. All right, so that would cover our worklogs. Thank you very much for listening. And should you have any questions or would you like more in-depth demo, then please feel free to contact us. We'll be very happy and I will be very pleased to walk you through Worklogs in more depth.
Great. Thank you, Ewa. That concludes all of our demos. Let's have a couple minutes if anyone has any questions before I recap the demos for us and then we vote on our favorite. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat or unmute yourself and ask away. A silent crowd today. Yes,
Yeah, I have a
Fabian?
question for Leo, actually. This is Fabian. Leo, the functionality you share is very close to what Help is also providing on the JSM ticketing systems. Like, what are the benefits that the main benefits that your app provides against that?
I mean, the difference between Help and us that we fully rely on Jira, on permissions, on custom fields and everything. And Help, if you see it, it has its own, so it doesn't use issues. It doesn't use Jira as a base. So for us, it's interaction between Jira. So everything will be done in Jira. So we provide you interface via Microsoft Teams, but all login, tracking, all activities are completely tracked by Jira. So we don't track anything on the site. Whereas Help has its own, like very light, but issue management, which is not basically play into Jira. And we also like, it's not, we only don't do service desk, but we also provide like software, a lot of filters. So the intention is to let you be productive, not only your like support team or service team, but also developers or managers and everyone else who uses Jira as a whole, as a ecosystem of the products, not only for service management.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Alrighty, so to recap all of our presenters, our first presenter was Vincent with Checkout, Procurement and Asset Manager. We had integrations like being able to see the current inventory, being able to create a new purchase order, and a ton of automation reporting, which was really cool. Second, we had Chris with project management with Tempo, signature solution, easy, intuitive, convenient, check mark to log time, Google integration, calendar view reporting. Third, we had Leo with our advanced Microsoft Teams Jira connector, being able to create an issue, pull it into Microsoft Teams, seeing the status between the two apps. What other notes do I have? Message configuration, logging time. And then we had Ewa with Worklogs, time tracking reports, being able to see reports as a table, pie chart, bar chart, exporting as CSV, seeing issues by sprint or custom fields, basically tons of great functionality. So let me get our poll ready and then we can vote on our favorite. And then let's see who is winning our July Appy Hours Best App Demo. Should I turn the music back on? Let's see. It was a very close tie. It looks like we're waiting on one more vote. Amazing, two-way tie. Also very close, but looks like it is a tie between Chris with Tempo Timesheets and Ewa with Time Tracking Report. I feel like there's a lot of fans of time tracking. Got to account for that time. So congratulations to you both. And thank you to all of our presenters today. I feel like presenting demos is so fun and it's always something to work on and get better at. And it's always fun to engage with a new audience. So thank you to everyone making this an awesome event. Does anyone have questions just for our presenters or for anyone else on the call? This recording will be available. I'm going to write up a recap. It'll be on our marketplace, in our marketplace collection on the Atlassian Community. And yes, you can definitely get a midday beer, Andy. I'm drinking coffee, but maybe I'll drink a beer now. So let's see how that goes. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. We'll embed this recording for sure. Thank you for tuning in and making this an awesome event. We will have more of these every month, the last Thursday. Tell all your friends about it and encourage them to present as well. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great rest of the day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.